Kind of sticking to the budgetary things here the last couple of days, and here's another one I want to talk about: how to save money on food. For the love of God, I cannot believe I've seen another article today about people that are spending money to buy food on a buy now, pay later plan. It's ridiculous, whether it's using Grubhub or whatever and using their feature they offer, or it's just a matter of you got to use your credit card to buy food because you don't have money, or if you are seriously taking payday loans to do the same thing. It's ridiculous that if you're in that kind of a situation, and if it's truly because you don't have the financial income, you don't have the money coming in, then you need to get some help, and I understand that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to get some kind of a government program, possibly if you qualify to get SNAP benefits or whatever the case. But most of the time, people have problems sticking to their budget, especially food budgets, because they don't know how to spend money on food properly. And I mean that, I know it's going to sound silly, but I mean that they don't plan and then buy and then cook according to what they've planned on doing. So I want to talk about it today and how you can save some money on food. And this is the first one. You need to make a list, and you need to follow the list. Plain and simple. And the best way to make a list is to figure out what your meals are going to be, write down the items you're missing, and then stick to that list. And at the end, I'm going to give you this little secret bonus on, how to make that work even better. But right now, just plan your meals better. Know exactly what you need when you go to the store. Make a list, follow the list, and don't stray from the list. Okay? Number 2. Well, actually, that was 2 because the first one was make a list. But the second part of that being to have a menu and follow the menu items, right? And then number 3 then. So use store brands. They are exactly the same for the most part, and there's no reason to spend extra money to buy a name brand noodle or a name brand this, that, or other when you can buy the store brand and get the exact same thing. And generics used to be the thing, right? That's how everybody saved money, was on generic foods. I remember back in the day when the generic food was basically whatever you were buying. It was yellow with black words that said what it was. So if you were buying elbow macaroni, it'd be a yellow box with black writing. It would say elbow macaroni on it. Who can remember those days? Give me a hands up or a like or something for that, because that's the good old days. That's back in the 70s and early 80s. That's the way generic food was. And then along came Aldi. So this leads us into tip number 3 or 4, whatever it is. Use the discount groceries, because there's no reason not to. Aldi has great food. And that's just one of them. There's Aldi, there's Save-A-Lot, there's Winn-Dixie, there's dollar stores have good deals on some of the name brand stuff. If you can go in there and find what you're looking for. Again, you need to have a list and have an idea what they sell. And I realize a lot of times with like the dollar stores, their merchandise rotates because you don't know when they, what kind of a deal they got and how long it's going to last. And then it sells out, and the next time you go in, they may not have that item. I understand that part of it too. Aldi, though, and Save-A-Lot and Winn-Dixie specifically are always stocked pretty well with the stuff they do and the stuff they sell all the time. I even buy my organic beef there because they have organic grass-fed beef. Now, I don't go there every time because I don't want to make 6 stops. And that's just me. I don't want to go to 3 different stores or 4 different stores to get 3 or 4 different items. So I go where most of my items are going to be, and then I buy the other item there that week, if that's the case, because I don't want to make another stop. We're all lazy. We're all trying to avoid pain and suffering. And to me, going in and out of grocery stores is pain and suffering. Okay? Going on to the next step. Join the Sam's Clubs and the Costco's. There's a lot of great deals that can be had there, especially on paper items. If you're willing to, have 15 rolls of paper towels in your house and you have a way to put it, great. But you can make really good deals on meat there. You can make great deals on store-bought canned foods and that kind of thing. And again, they have their own brand. Kirkland brand food is just as good as the rest as far as saving money and being budgetary and being taste good too. There's nothing wrong with any of the food they sell there. All right. Now, here's my bonus tips. Number 1, stop eating out, for the love of God. If you cannot afford to buy the food at the grocery store, chances are you're probably eating out too much. So look at how much money you're spending. And I mean, seriously, look at it. How much are you spending eating out, getting Starbucks, getting lunch at work versus packing a lunch, buying even just soda pop, buying pops and waters and juices and etc. from work. Add up quickly. I talked the other day about a fellow I work with that literally lives off the vending machines at work. That's where he buys all his food. Can you imagine spending $20, $30, $40 a day just on that kind of food? And it's really just a day's worth of food for him. All right. Next stop, cook ahead. If you can cook ahead, at least some of the meats, the things that take the longest, cook them ahead a little bit. I'm just talking about a couple of days. Don't cook a week's worth of chicken at one time unless you're going to make sure you eat it because you don't want the food to go bad. But if you can cook ahead the time-consuming parts, you'll make it easier for when you get home and you don't feel like cooking. That all you got to do is warm a few things up, throw it together, and it still tastes pretty darn good. Okay. And the last thing, of course, is if there are coupons available, use them. Nothing wrong with gathering up coupons. I don't see a lot of that anymore. Like it was, I remember back in the days when people would go in with, and they had those shows, reality shows, talking about people saving, walking in with it and ringing up $500 worth of stuff and only paying 49 cents when they were done. You get my exaggeration. But they're out there and you can save money. But these other things are true, surefire ways to save money. And if you are on a fixed income or on a budget, like you should be, but on a fixed income budget type of thing like a retiree would be, you can't afford to just walk in willy-nilly and buy whatever you want every time you go to the grocery store. You need to have a plan. You need to have a list. You need to know where those items are, and you need to keep from straying from that list. And set your budget for food based on your worst week, and then try to beat it every week by only buying what's needed and then staying off of the takeout apps and etc. Okay, so anyway, with things the way they are right now, saving money anywhere is good for all of us. Okay, no matter what it is, and food is one of those things. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Talk to you next time.